moving to the countryside means seeking out a home that fits just right.
I can see myself in this kitchen, so I think that's a good start.
And fitting into a different social scene.
This is going to be a massive change for you both, really getting to know a whole new community.
Today's search finds some winning fare for our buyers.
You know, our favourite meal, hint, hint, chips.
And turns up some big surprises.
No way.
Yes way.
That's a big shock.
That is a shocker.
We've got an escape brimming with independent spirit, from lakeland landscapes for the outward bound to market towns crammed with creative character. The county of Cumbria serves a deliciously individual menu.
Quick question. What does this national park have in common with this sausage? Well, one's a protected place and the other is a protected food. But what does that mean exactly? We'll put it this way. If it wasn't made in Cumbria, it ain't a Cumberland sausage. However, unlike this beautiful landscape, you don't necessarily have to be here to enjoy one of these beautiful bangers.
Located in the northwest of England, the coastal county of Cumbria includes the Lake District National Park. And it boasts more Michelin stars than any county in the UK outside of London.
The food scene in Cumbria has always been a secret foodie hotspot, I think, but the word's really spreading.
You've got everything from Michelin star restaurants, arguably some of the best in the world. You've got some great gastro pubs, a really good cafe scene.
And when it comes to reviews, Cumbria is full of happy customers who never want to leave.
I feel really lucky to have grown up in the Lake District. I'm not actually planning to move to a big city. I'm actually planning to stay local, just so I can stay around this environment. I think it's a really nice place to live.
My mother-in-law bought a house here 7 or 8 years ago. We visited that house once. We fell in love with the place immediately. And as soon as our son finished primary school, we sold and moved here.
What do you do when you've been on holiday somewhere so many times that it starts to feel like home? Well, you could do what today's buyers are going to and move there for good.
We've lived here for 8 years and we have loved it in Winsford, but it's time to escape to the country.
And Larry, he's a bit afraid these days of the noise behind us. You'd probably hear it in the clip. So I think he wants somewhere safe to live. I've been holidaying in Cumbria since a child. I've also got fond memories there.
But for married couple Mark and Steve, a move to their favourite holiday spot of Cumbria comes with a list of wants inspired by their current home in the Cheshire town of Winsford.
But we could possibly recreate this pagoda that we've got. Last year, we managed to get enough grapes for 20 bottles of wine out of these. I'd really like to do this again if we move to Cumbria.
We need plenty of space in our new house for our fancy dress things. So we have a Eurovision party every year, and a bit of a sneak preview of this year's half of an outfit that I'll be wearing. So I'll look like a glitter ball. I love spending time in the kitchen, and we do have quite a bit of space here. I just love to have a bit more of a country kitchen, a bit of character.
And there are new requirements too.
Maybe you could get a couple of dogs.
Yeah.
As well as all that, they're hoping their budget of £380,000 will also supply 3 bedrooms, parking for at least 2 cars, an art room for Steve, and a garden to fit a grapevine, as well as chickens, dogs, and even an alpaca or 2. To top it off, they'd like to be near a train station.
Steve and Mark have a very extensive wish list. And when I say extensive, I mean extensive. This list is bigger than anything I've ever seen on a skate. So I can't wait to find out how committed they are to this and if they're really ready to swap that holiday vibe for their full-time lifestyle.
I'm meeting my buyers at one of the Lake District's most popular visitor sites, Lake Windermere.
Right, you two, before we get started, I need to get to the bottom of something. This wish list.
Yeah.
All right, 3 bedrooms, want character, but also like light and airy, no pokey windows, spacious interior, social kitchen, kitchen big enough for island or butcher block.
That sounds about right, yeah.
Space to host Eurovision parties.
Exactly, that's the most important, yeah.
OK, hold on. Space to store Eurovision costumes. We're getting very specific here now.
Double wardrobe.
Yeah,
Double
absolutely.
All
wardrobe.
right, hold on, we're not stopping. Space for Steve's car, space for Mark's car, access to a train station, access to a village or a town, but not in the centre of a village or a town. Of course. Close to a pub, close to a second pub in case the first pub is closed. Come on, you two. Have you thought of everything?
Great sociable characters, you know.
A post office nearby and an alpaca. Are you for real?
Maybe 2 alpacas, what do you think?
Yeah, and there seems to be space there if you
company.
want to write anything else on.
OK. I love big dreams, but this is quite a list. Does that mean if we don't tick everything, we don't get everything just right, you're not going to move, or...?
No,
We're
we are
definitely
very
going to move.
Yeah.
Definitely.
OK.
Yeah.
And we're going to do our best to get you all of this. Let's stop looking at lists. Let's start looking for houses. Come on.
Come on, then.
Let's see how much of that extensive wish list we can deliver as we make our way to Cumbria's southwest coast, headed for the village of Haverig. There's my buyer's requested post office and 2 pubs, along with other options for food and drink. The Duddon estuary reaches the coast, where there's a quiet beach with sand dunes. And just a 10-minute walk away from that, down a peaceful, unadopted farm track, is the cottage we've come to view.
First property.
Right.
Right, OK.
Yeah.
We've got a working farm next door,
Yeah,
and this is one of the original farmers' cottages.
right.
OK.
However, there's this modern extension as well.
Yeah.
Looks lovely, the extension
Quite
from
spacious out here as well, look.
first look, yeah.
Pebble Dash. I don't know. I suppose we've never considered it before, so we'll see.
Yeah,
I'm interested to see how many things you spot that we've got right on your list.
right.
A lukewarm
Yeah.
start. Let me
Yeah.
see if I can heat you up. Come
Yeah.
on.
This 19th century former farm workers' cottage has been used as a second home for almost 2 decades by several generations of the same family. They added a large 2-storey extension where we're beginning our tour.
And welcome to what could be your entertaining space. Look at it.
Oh, my word. Look.
There's a lot to take in, isn't there?
This gives you all the light you were looking for. And look at that kitchen.
Yeah. So it's a modern extension, but they've actually kept a lot of character with the open woods and the wooden tops. You can imagine cooking and having that as a view and
having people round.
having people around, a glass of wine.
Exactly.
Yeah. I can see myself in this kitchen. So I think that's a good start.
Yeah.
I can see myself doing my artwork at that.
Shall we go and investigate? Let's go and have a look at this space. I think this will make a marvellous art studio.
There's plenty of room. I've got no room at the moment. I'm like currently using the dining table.
yeah.
And look at
And
the
there,
view.
yes.
I mean, really, look. Wow,
It's beautiful, isn't it? There's so much room
Right.
up here. Even not just the drawing, obviously I could work from home up here because we would need the space for both.
Do you want to find somewhere to relax?
Yeah.
Definitely.
Follow me.
Back down on the ground floor, we still have the original 19th century part of the cottage to explore, starting with the main reception room.
So, immediately cosier,
Yes.
which is why I thought perfect for your evenings.
It feels cosy, but it doesn't feel too small.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of room for guests. And they're going to for parties.
A dog could fit in quite nicely
Yeah.
into this space.
And Larry.
And Larry the cat. Sorry, can't forget Larry the cat.
Sorry.
So what more does this house have to offer you?
Well, we did have quite a lot of things on that tick list, didn't we?
Yeah, you did. We better keep going.
To one side of the main reception is a ground floor shower room, and to the other side is a utility space with handy WC. Then, concealed behind a door, is a staircase leading to the sleeping quarters, laid over 2 further levels.
Right. Here you really feel the character of this property, the old cottage, the latches on the doors.
At the top of the home, the converted loft space includes a room with a wash basin, whilst on the first floor is a family bathroom and 2 potential guest rooms, one of which might also work as a home office. To the front of the home is the largest bedroom of the 4 that might suit Mark and Steve.
Fit your king size in here?
I think we will, yeah.
There's plenty of light, I noticed today.
You've got another gorgeous view.
Farm, animals, great.
Is this the country feel you've been imagining?
Definitely, because I wanted more traditional. The latches on the doors and the wooden floors.
But you want to add chickens and an alpaca, don't you?
Oh, yeah.
at least.
I'm sizing it up.
Let's go outside, have a look at that space and see if we deliver there as well. There's never-ending list.
Yeah.
Go on, after you.
The garden wraps around 3 sides of the home and includes mature fruit trees, areas of lawn and a wooden shed.
Now let's turn our attention to the garden. That took up quite a lot of space on your list as well, didn't it?
It did.
Just a touch. I can see French beans, mange too.
Yeah. You could also have a bit of a seating area. You can do anything you want really with this, I think, can't you? There's quite a bit of space.
And the view.
And Larry.
And the farm.
Yeah.
And Larry. Yeah. But of course we need to talk about the price. So let's put your thinking caps on and give me a price.
375.
Oh, look at you. Very, very on it.
Jumping straight in there.
Yeah.
£375,000 from you, Steve. And
I'm going to go a bit higher. I think it's just a little bit over 385,000.
not bad. But the winner is you. This is on for offers in the region of £375,000.
OK.
There's a couple of things we might want to alter. Very small things. Yeah. So that little bit extra on the budget might pay for those little things.
So go back, double check we've got everything you wanted.
OK.
I'll find you later. Voila. That was one extensive list, but we are Escape to the Country and we love to deliver.
This extended 19th century farm workers' cottage comes within budget and offers them a sociable kitchen with a mezzanine level for drawing or working from home. There are 4 bedrooms plus a good-sized garden, and it's on the edge of a village with the amenities as well as proximity to coast and countryside that they've asked for.
Well, considering this is the first property we looked at, it feels like the bar's been set quite high. The open the kitchen and the space upstairs is just beautiful, and it's still got the character that I wanted.
I can see parties. I can see Mark's Eurovision. I can see friends staying over. Plenty of bedroom space in there, so I can definitely see ourselves living here.
Mark and Steve are keen to show their sociable side and continue to host their fancy dress theme parties when they move. We're sending them to check out the town of Ulverston, known as the party capital of Furness.
Ulverston is probably the best town in the whole country. Such a lovely, close-knit community.
Where do you want me to go, in the middle?
Yeah, you be behind.
Okay.
It is the birthplace of Stan Laurel. We're just born into comedy here. Everybody's up for a laugh.
I will go for one.
You got it? No?
The town probably has a festival for any subject you can think of. There's a festival for walking, we have a music and comedy festival, you name it, we've got a festival for it.
Nice little cafe there, look.
Ulverston still has a huge number of independent traders.
I'm going here?
Yeah, go on then, why not? Yeah.
People realised that if they don't use the high streets, they lose them.
I'd like some of the cheese, please.
I'd like a piece of the horseradish one, please.
Yeah.
There seemed to be a gear shift that people decided to shop on their high street again. And we've noticed more traders coming back to our town.
There's too many delights.
I know.
Now my buyers want to live close to a station and not one, but 2 pubs. Serving Ulverston's locals for almost 4 decades at this 5 centuries-old establishment is landlord Roger Chataway.
Great to meet you, Roger.
Pleased to meet you both.
I'm Mark. Hiya.
Welcome to Cumbria.
Want to know what it's like to actually live in Ulverston.
Yeah.
You won't find a better place. The people are great. We have a good social scene, plenty of walks. Every single shop in town's a bit different. I don't see me moving anywhere, really.
Station-wise, how far is your station?
About 15 minutes walk up the road there.
Oh.
But if you're a resident here, allow half an hour.
Yeah.
Because you won't get there without talking to somebody.
Yeah.
Rightio.
That's good. That's a nice
So,
community to have, isn't it?
There you go.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to be stuck.
Yeah.
Well, we're pretty sociable characters ourselves, so...
Well, they're
Yeah.
one side of the road each.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then you don't miss anybody.
Of course, one of the best ways to get to know the community is from behind the bar,
Now, come on, I reckon there's a tilt, if I remember.
Yes.
which calls for the traditional skill of pulling a pint.
How that kind of look.
That'll do, won't it?
See if you can do the best one.
Come on, man.
Right, okay.
Bit of competition's under any arm.
I don't think that's too bad, is it?
No, that's
No, that's a shocker.
Looks like Mark and Steve are ready to toast the town of Ulverston. But it's time, gentlemen, please, as we've got an important house hunt to pursue. Our next viewing is on the outskirts of the village of Stank. The Barrow-in-Furness suburb of Roos is around 1.5 miles away and has pubs, a post office and a railway station with regular trains to Manchester and Manchester Airport. There is active agriculture and industrial history. Iron, mined in Stank until 1901, gives the area its distinctive rusty pink coloured stone. The house we've come to see is in a rural setting at the end of a small group of attached homes.
Take a look. We're at the next property, another cottage.
Blimey, that's nice, yeah. The sound is very rural. Sounds.
Nice and quiet.
You're nestled into a little community here.
Yeah.
I like the big bay window. That looks like it's going to let a lot of light in.
I can see a well-maintained house. Neatness, tidiness.
This house is very tidy, very up and together. Should we take a look?
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
The current owners describe their home as quietly situated in a rural location with great neighbours but close to amenities. Our tour starts in the front reception room.
Well, I promised you the tidy theme would continue. What do you think of this?
Now, that is neat. Nice deco.
Yeah. I love the window seat. Love a window seat, mate. Love a window seat.
Me too, man after
Yeah.
my own heart.
I can see our furniture already. Yeah.
Shove Larry and the dogs under there somewhere. We'll have some kind of hideaway for them.
Yeah, and the
Of
dogs.
course.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, if you like this bit, I think you're going to love the next. Come through
Okay.
here.
The home has recently been extended, providing a large kitchen with seating area.
Come into the gorgeous open plan kitchen entertaining extravaganza.
It's beautiful. The way it's been done, it is really beautiful. And yeah, definitely a socialising spot.
Wooden beams.
Yeah.
Character.
Exactly. But come through because you can see they've extended all the way. They've created this snug area.
It's brilliant. I think we would have our big chairs here.
I can see you sat there with your paper.
Yeah.
Definitely.
But you can see as well, because there's a little bit just outside the door there, you could just have an extended bit if you're having a social event.
That's right. Great entertaining space. Through there's a boot room. Downstairs, I'm feeling good vibes.
Yeah.
All right, off you go then. Go and see what you can find upstairs.
Upstairs, the rare extension houses a good-sized bathroom with contemporary features.
Jazzy bathroom with the lights on.
My word. It's like a disco.
Yeah, we can't have a Eurovision parties in here though, Steve.
Oh, well. High spec though, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no work for us to do here, is there?
No, not really. I wonder what's through this door?
I don't know, let's see.
And the main bedroom is also in this newer addition.
Wow. I mean, this is the extension, so they've actually tried to keep the character even in the new part of the building, so, yeah.
I think I feel cosy in this bedroom. With Larry.
Yeah. Feels
you know
warm
what
and
I mean?
cosy.
And your
doesn't it?
2 dogs.
Yeah.
There's room for guests too, with a double at the front of the house. A third potential bedroom could also offer a home office.
It'd be good for me working from home, wouldn't it? It's ideal for that.
And extra wardrobe space.
Oh, yeah, fancy dress, of course.
Yeah.
I never thought.
Yeah.
But
Go have somewhere to
costume,
put that.
wardrobe, yeah.
But this property has more options outside. A large wood-built workshop could perhaps be an art studio. There is also plenty of parking. And a well-stocked garden with a choice of dedicated seating areas. With all this on offer, we're reconvening to see how it all fits with their wish list and their budget.
I'm loving it, you know, I mean, who wouldn't? No DIY, nothing to do.
From a practical point of view, I just don't think that there's enough space for people to stay over. We'd only be able to have one couple stay over with us. I've got my mum and stepdad and my sister, so if they all came, where would they go? Just thinking about things like that.
It seems that the interior of the house and not having to do much is important to you, but having enough space for your lifestyle is important to you. And out here, I think you can get a bit more creative. But a major factor is going to be, will you be able to afford to make any changes?
Yeah.
So we need to know how much you'd have to pay for this property.
I think that it's around 355.
Okay, 355,000.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go a little bit higher. So I'm gonna say 385.
This house is on the market for £340,000.
No way.
That does make a lot of difference because when we're thinking about the things that we would want to do, got a lot to think about
You
now.
have. I think you need a bit more time.
Yeah.
Yeah, go and have a wander.
Okay.
All right, we'll have time later on as well to talk about it. Oh, I love it. These two have got to the point now where I think they are cemented in this move to this area. They know how they want to live when they get here, and they've got a wonderful choice about where to spend their money.
This extended semi-detached rural home comes with a large kitchen and sitting room, a further reception room, 3 bedrooms, plus a garden with a generous amount of parking and a selection of outbuildings. With a little wriggle room in the budget, it certainly tempted one half of my house buying couple.
Look at this space, Mark. I mean, we do have a lot of parties.
Yeah.
But, we'd probably keep this. But, you know, there's a lot of space there.
Yeah.
And I'm now thinking, because my head's whirling, of ideas now.
Yeah.
I'm thinking, like, art studio. I know you were being practical and you're right, but this house, there's nothing to do.
I think now that I've had to think about, we've got all the information about the price, and we've really had a good think now about what we could do.
Yeah.
That you know, I wouldn't dismiss it at all.
Well, we started today with you challenging us with your extensive wish list. I think we've given you plenty to think about, haven't we?
Yeah, thanks for that, Denise.
Definitely.
Let's find somewhere to sit down and really mull it over, shall we?
Yeah.
We're making our way back to beautiful Lake Windermere, where finding the right way to end the day turns out to be as cheap as chips.
Well, Steve and Mark, we've got our chips. We are sitting here by the lake as the sun goes down. It's truly magical, and all I can think is this could be your life.
You know, our favourite meal, hint, hint, chips. What more would you want in life?
You say that, but you did give us a rather long list of things that you would like. So how have we done so far?
We may not have got the alpaca, but we got pretty much everything else, and I think it's given us a few things, a bit of debate going on, I think, between the two houses we've seen so far.
And they offer you different things. You're on a bit of a journey of discovery about what you want for this next part of your life.
Yeah. We knew that there would be compromises, and having us to think differently about what a community is, and does it need to be that central space, or it could be your little group of neighbours and have access to something. So it just gets you to think about that, as well as the practical parts of the house itself that we've been looking at.
Well, I can't think of a better place to sit, contemplate it all and start to figure out what you're going to buy than here. Have a chip, it'll help you think.
And we've got company.
We have.
We like company.
My buyers now have the night to get their ducks in a row as their search for a Cumbrian home continues tomorrow. House prices in Cumbria differ significantly across the county. In the northwest area of Cumberland, which also takes in most of the county's coastline, the average price of a detached home is about £269,000. But head southeast into the area of Westmoreland and Furness, and that figure rises significantly to £375,000. Although that's still well below the £435,000 average for the UK as a whole. Here are some examples of what else is on the market at the moment. This stone, 2-bedroom end of terrace in a rural location has traditional features and a courtyard garden. It's offered at £250,000. Then this option provides 3 properties in one, a detached period house with a separate annex and an additional cottage, all situated in private grounds next to a small stream, for sale at £950,000. And a short break here could really shine a light on the county. A 4-bedroom cottage in a nature reserve that sleeps up to 6 and is priced at £525 for a week-long stay.
We had such a positive start yesterday, but we did leave Steve and Mark a little bit at odds. Mark liked property number 1 and Steve liked property number 2. Well, it's mystery house time, so fingers crossed this one brings them together.
My mystery property is in the village of Gleaston. It's a 3-mile drive from the small town of Dalton in Furness, where there are restaurants, pubs, independent businesses and a train station with local routes to Barrow and Lancaster, as well as Preston and Manchester. The name of nearby Gleaston is thought to feature an ancient Celtic reference to the fast-flowing stream that runs through the village. While Steve and Mark check that out, I'm at the mystery house to give you a preview of why this one could really turn my buyer's wish list on its head.
Now, granted, from the outside, it's a modern build home, which is probably not the way they imagined their property looking. I mean, it's not cutesy country cottage, is it? But inside, I think it delivers everything they want, and it's in the heart of a community. Come and take a look.
This upside-down mystery house could upturn all their requests, quite literally, with its upstairs living space.
Modern, spacious, and maybe lacking the character that was on that huge wish list. But let's face it, you've met Steve and Mark. They are full of character.
So I'm just going to put that wish list to one side with this one.
If there's one thing I've learned about finding the right property is that it's not about all the details on the list, it's about how a place makes you feel. Aha! Hello, hello.
Hello.
And here we are, it's the mystery house.
Blimey, it's big.
It is.
I think it's got a familiarity to your current home in its style.
Yeah.
It's laid out the same, isn't it?
Yeah.
From the front.
Yeah.
It's up and ready to go. It's got all the space for the entertaining and it's in the heart of a village. This community is quite special. Now, it doesn't give you a pub in the village, but you do have a thriving community and they all get together in the village hall and all their events are there.
Okay.
Okay.
So what are your thoughts?
It's nice.
It feels good, got a good feeling about it, and it does feel like you are, like you said, in the heart of the village.
And you haven't even seen inside yet.
No.
Come on, let me show you.
My detached mystery house dates to the early 1990s, making it the newest property I'm showing them, with a layout that flouts convention.
You can just come in and let your imagination run wild.
Yeah.
And we go straight upstairs.
We're heading for the main living areas on the first floor.
Now this is unusual.
Isn't it?
Isn't it? In a nice way.
Yeah.
This is kind of what we used to, I suppose.
It's just letting it all sink in, but yeah.
This is going to be a massive change for
Yeah.
you both. Really getting to know a whole new community.
Yeah.
So having some continuity in the type of home might be not such a bad thing.
No,
Yeah.
I'm feeling the vibe here.
You're always more for modern anyway, aren't you?
Yeah, that's probably why.
I'm more for character, but we have to compromise on things as well.
Let's
Feel
keep...
myself wanting a cup of tea, put a kettle on. Yeah.
Perfect segue. Let me show you the kitchen.
Yeah.
Would this work?
I feel that maybe it's a bit too small and probably not the kind of style that I would have wanted to go for. But there is plenty of workspace. I think it's just a feel.
No, I don't want to disagree with you, but I kind of like the kitchen. The way it is, sorry.
You don't spend any time in it, Steve.
I mean, it is your kitchen, so I don't have a say on this. But I suppose it's kind of like giving me a home from home feeling. So it's a great starting point.
Yeah. But if you really want to, this is the place where you could have a project and you could redesign it.
Yeah.
It's the bones are here. You can just make it work for you.
Yeah, just considering them different things, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, both of you go now and explore. There are 4 bedrooms. There's plenty of room for Eurovision costumes.
Okay,
And we'll see you later.
Thank you.
Oh, it's the feels. It's all about the feels. I know Steve is feeling a real connection here, and Mark feels like he's torn.
Oh my, look at this.
The first of the 4 bedrooms in total is on this floor and is a double with an outlook across the back garden. Next to this is a shower room. Then a further bedroom could perhaps double as an office or hobby space.
Oh, well, I think this would definitely be work from home / drawing room, wouldn't it?
Yeah. There's plenty of natural light there, isn't there?
Yeah.
But I've just spotted something out here.
What?
Look, got a garden. Look up the top, Mark.
Summer house.
There's a summer house. You could be doing your homework in. I could be doing drawing up there.
This would be absolutely ideal for me, definitely.
You kind of
Spacious,
feeling
isn't
it a bit
I
now.
felt it more than I did through there.
Yeah.
I think it's made a huge difference.
And they still have the ground floor to explore, where 2 further bedrooms include the home's largest, fitted with floor-to-ceiling mirrored wardrobes.
My. That's quite a big master bedroom. And look at the storage.
Yeah.
So we've got enough room for our clothes and our alter ego's clothes.
Oh, yeah.
And all the Eurovision outfits.
Yeah. I'm kind of feeling this.
But when it comes to fancy dress and party guests, there's more scope in the 4th bedroom.
Could be a guest room / dressing room, couldn't it, really, for Eurovision and other parties.
So that certainly fits the brief.
If we've got a big vanity mirror with lights all around it, then,
How are you feeling it?
then we can still put the makeup on for the drag, can't we?
Yeah.
A ground floor bathroom delivers a contemporary finish to the inside tour. My mystery also comes with an integral garage, off-street parking to the front, and a tiered garden to the rear.
Quirky staircase.
Where the first of 4 levels provides a patio, shed and greenhouse, plus paved steps that lead up to a summer house with countryside views.
This was a hill when the current owners moved in, so they've created this beautiful tiered system. Again, all done for you.
Brilliant.
And behind you, open fields.
Gorgeous, isn't it?
Yeah, we love the nature. That's what it's all about.
So you've seen everything now, but the last thing you need to know and the last thing you need to discover is the price.
Oh, now this is like drum roll, isn't it? Do you know what I'm going to say? 370.
Okay, £370,000.
I think it's above budget, and I'm going to say 390.
£390,000. Your budget is 380. If it was 390, was this something you would consider stretching to?
I think so.
It's on the market for £345,000.
No
God.
way.
Right.
Yes way.
That's a big shock.
That is a shocker.
Spend a little bit more time before I take you away from this house,
Okay.
and then we'll find somewhere where you can really contemplate your next steps.
Yeah.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Off you go.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Well, that's what we do. Who needs a wish list? You just need the feels.
Significantly below their top budget, my detached 1990s modern mystery house features a sociable upstairs reception and kitchen, 4 bedrooms and a tiered garden. It's in the heart of a village and provides countryside views.
The house doesn't have everything that we thought that we wanted, but it's a beautiful place where you put all the bits together, the garden, the views, everything is just...
Totally somewhere that we would never have considered.
No. And even though there isn't a pub in the village, there's the social aspect of the village hall, so we still have that community feel, wouldn't we?
Put new ideas in our heads.
Yeah. I know that I was a bit uncertain at first, but I think this is the house that I think we would go for.
I'm kind of feeling this one the most.
When they relocate here, Steve and Mark are looking forward to embracing everything that this fabulous region has to offer. And when they do that, they'll be following in the footsteps of Molly and Phil, a young couple who also made the move here just a year ago to Kendal.
Keen climbers Phil and Molly met on a rock face 5 years ago. Cumbria's countryside soon became a favourite spot for trips away from their Lancashire town home.
We used to travel up on a Friday after work and stay Saturday, Sunday, climbing, swimming, hiking, just being outside is what we love doing.
They decided to make the area a permanent home a year ago.
We quickly realised that we really wanted a house in Kendal. We love the town itself. It's got a great music and art scene.
Then 6 months later, baby daughter Margot came along.
Are you having fun outside? Yes. You having fun? Come on then.
They're raising her to share a love of all things outdoors.
Out camping in the Langdales, aren't we?
It's the best thing we've ever done. We every day tell each other we can't believe that we actually do live here. It's incredible.
It's a gorgeous day today, and Molly and the even more gorgeous baby Margot are heading out for a lovely little stroll in the woods by the lake. And they've invited me to join them. How could I refuse? So Molly, what made you want to move to Cumbria?
I'd say it was all about the mountains. It's the best place to climb in the UK, I'd say. Fell running, swimming, everything basically.
How is it now with the newborn? Hello, little Margot. Have you managed to keep up all those activities?
Actually, I've been out more than ever. She actually gets stressed if we don't go outside. She naps better, she plays outside. So yeah, as much as possible. If it rains, not so much.
She certainly looks like she's in her element at the moment, don't you, Margot? Hey, having a walk with Mummy?
Yeah.
I presume it's a little bit tamer now, what you do then?
Yeah, no scrambles and things like that now, and climbing, she'll sit at the bottom and we bring our friends and we use them as babysitters. And yeah, we still try and get out as much, but not do as much as extreme stuff and take it in turns.
You've adapted it?
Adapted, yeah, definitely.
Being into rather less extreme stuff myself, we found a lovely bench to admire the lakeside view.
She is loving being here. You're beaming. If I took you back maybe a couple of years or even when you were much younger, would you have imagined that this would be your life?
No, I used to think it would just be a dream. We didn't think we'd be able to afford it, or we wouldn't be able to find jobs around here, but no, we've made the move and I wouldn't change it for the world. We may have a smaller house, and we don't have a really big back garden, but we've got the whole Lake District as our back garden.
This is your back garden?
So that were the sacrifices we made, but it was all fine because you can't beat it.
You can't beat it, can you?
So, from one couple who pared down a property wish list to make their Cumbrian escape dreams come true, let's see if my buyers are on a similar track.
It's been a really successful couple of days, and now I want to find out what Steve and Mark have made of it all. You have found the perfect spot to sit and contemplate life, because you did give me a mighty list to start with, but I don't think we need it anymore, do you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely right, you know. I mean, we thought when this process started, we had this extensive list because that's what was in our minds. With the things that we felt we needed, and we don't need the 2 pubs and the post office.
Yeah, all we needed was the feeling that we found our next home, really.
Yeah, we did have that feeling, actually on the same home.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I know, but I need to hear it. Which was the property that stole your heart?
The mystery house.
The mystery house.
Yeah. What is it about that property that's made you throw out all the things that you thought you wanted?
My favourite film is The Wizard of Oz.
One of my faves too.
The star of that is Dorothy, isn't she? And the red eels at the end of the show, she clicks them together and says there's no place like home. And actually, when we entered that house, it felt like home. I can even feel tingles in my body now, the thought of that house.
What's the next step for you both?
I think we're definitely going to have another look at the house. So we'll explore some nearby areas.
Practical things, you know.
Doing a bit more exploring, but everything is just feels like it's fitting in like a jigsaw.
It's been so wonderful spending time with you, helping you to whittle down that list and find your perfect house. So best of luck, and you have another look, and I hope to hear that you've moved up here pretty soon.
Thank you very much for everything.
Oh, it's been amazing.
I'm feeling emotional now myself. I'm like, kind of, thank you, Denise. This has been wonderful.
Happy tears?
Happy tears.
Happy tears, because you found the place that feels like home.
Definitely.
When you start out looking for your ideal home, of course you write a big wish list. It's the sensible and practical thing to do. But I think what Steve and Mark have learnt this week, and what I think I've always known, is that once you start actually getting out there, stepping into properties and walking over that threshold, it becomes all about the heart and how a house makes you feel. Because once you know, you know. I'll see you next time.
If you would like to escape to the country in England, Northern Ireland, Scotland or Wales and need our help, why not apply online at bbc.co.uk/take part.